This time I want to tell you guys about a credit card method that Money Man was talking about, but I want to add much more detail and also tell you how people with bad credit can do the same thing. He mentioned that the best way to do this method was to build your credit up first, but I know ways to get up to $5,000 with a credit score as low as $400, and if you have good credit, you can get up to $10,000. I think Money Man was more focused on the business side. He was saying you can build your personal credit up and then start a business and get business credit. But with this method, you don't need a business because you'll be using your personal credit. And he only mentioned the first part of this method, so I'm here to tell you the second part. I'll be using US Bank as an example because they have the highest approval odds for people with bad credit. So if you have bad credit, instead of applying for a traditional credit card, you have to apply for a secure credit card. With a secure credit card, you have to put a deposit down, and the deposit you put down will be your initial credit limit. For a US Bank secure credit card, the maximum is $5,000. In most cases, you get the deposit back within a year, plus you kind of get the money right back when the card arrives in the mail. If you have a good credit score, then you just want to apply for the regular credit card, which is an unsecured credit card. With the unsecured credit card, they'll give you a credit line and you don't have to put down any deposit. So if you have good credit, which starts at about a 670 or a 680, they'll offer you a $5,000 credit limit. The amount they'll offer you will be different based on your credit score. So if you have bad credit, you basically have to pay for a credit card, but you'll get it right back as soon as your card arrives in the mail. Does that make sense to you? Also, you can deposit a minimum of $300. So you don't have to deposit the whole $5,000, you can only deposit $300. Okay, so once your card arrives in the mail, you'll have $5,000 if you have good credit. And if you have bad credit and pay $5,000, then you got your money back. Now you have to use a payment service such as Cash App or PayPal and take the money off the credit card, and it's a good idea to make some larger transactions so any transactions in the future won't get a fraud alert, but instead just appear like normal charges. Once you take the entire $5,000 off the credit card, all you have to do is pay it back. But when you do make a credit card payment, make sure that you're paying it from an account that has a zero balance. If you get a Chase checking account, they won't let any payment over $25 overdraft your account. Instead, the next day your account will be back to zero. But to keep from having to pay any overdraft fees or any money back period, I would still recommend to get a Chase secure checking account. But the key is, in most cases, even though the payment did not successfully go through, your credit card available balance will now have the money available to spend. You now have a full credit card again without really having to make a payment. Now you can take the money off again for a second time using a payment service like PayPal or Cash App. Remember, you made large transactions before, so now anything you do won't seem like a red flag. If your credit card gets frozen for any security reasons, just call customer service and they'll unfreeze it for you, because they don't know that the payment didn't clear, so don't be afraid to call them. If you don't get the money off of the credit card when the money is available, then you'll lose it once they realize that the payment didn't clear. So now if you have bad credit, then you got $5,000 back, plus made a false credit card payment and got another $5,000 in profit. If your account closes for non-payment, then you'll only owe $5,000. If you have good credit, then you basically got $5,000 for free, and then you made a false credit card payment and you got another $5,000, which is $10,000. Not bad for a few days of work, and the longest part is waiting 2 to 3 weeks for the card to come in the mail. Some credit cards will only allow you to do this 3 times in 6 months before they close your account. It seems like every 6 months everything resets and you can do this method 2 more times. The only credit card that I know for sure that won't close your account for doing too many unsuccessful payments is US Bank secure credit card. Money Man mentioned this method, but he never mentioned repaying the credit card and getting the money for the second time. Plus, he didn't really go into detail about it. I know that he got to know a lot more than what he's saying, but to be honest, a lot of it is just common sense. But I guess to maximize your money by doing this method is to build your credit score as high as possible. Once you do that, you can get some very high personal credit card limits, and then you can move on to the business credit cards and do the exact same thing. I don't see why you can't use the money to put a down payment on a very nice house, or even just buy one. Maybe even buy a car, who knows, do whatever you want to do. If it was me, I would invest in something that's going to make more money, as in getting a car auction license and buy cars for a couple hundred and you can sell them for a couple of thousand. Selling cars online go crazy around tax time. But I just wanted to let you guys know about the second part to the credit card method. I was kind of wondering why Money Man didn't let you know. This time I want to tell you how you can deposit a cash or check instantly into your checking account using mobile banking without the check actually being yours in the first place. As you can tell by my voice, I've been sick for the past week, but I know you guys been asking about a check method, so here you go. Now, this method works a lot easier if you can get a check from a relative or a friend or a spouse, rather than just going through random mailboxes looking for checks. That's weird. You will receive the money instantly, but if you take the money out of your account, then you will have to pay back at some point in time because your bank account will be negative the next day. The biggest check I seen done personally with this method is $2,500, and going by a Google search, the maximum deposit for one day should be $10,000. Now, to do this method, obviously you'll need a check, you'll need the person whose check it is and a bank that offers mobile deposits. And I believe most banks do offer it, so that'll be easy. The bank that I know for sure works like always is Chase. So after the person signs the back of the check and uses the bank app to deposit it into their account, you can just have them hand you the check and then you can deposit it into your bank account. Like I said, since this person is somebody that you know, they should have no problem with just giving you the check, and they should know that their check will always clear and yours will be the one that you have to pay back. But do note, if you're depositing a very big check and have no plans on paying it back soon, I will make sure that I'm depositing the money inside of a bank account that I don't mind losing. But now that you both have deposited the same exact check, you both should have an available balance of the check amount. Like I said before, if you keep the money inside of the account, then they will take the money the next day to cover the check that bounced. And if you take the money out of the account, then your account will be negative the next day. Since you stayed to the end of the video, a bonus way to do this method is to have someone deposit one of your checks and split the money with you. They won't care because they can still get $5,000 if the check is $10,000. But if you're a rapper, then you have to know this trick by now. If not, then you're definitely missing out on a lot of money. You could literally become a millionaire by buying Spotify plays for your music. Let's say, for example, you have a 10-track album and you purchased 100,000 plays for each song. That'll be 1 million plays, and according to the internet and the king of bots himself, Chad Focus, he said you can make $3,000 off 1 million plays. I'll show you a small clip of Chad Focus just in case you don't know.
A lot of artists using bots try to fly under the radar, but Chad went big. He threw celebrity charity events and even posted up billboards in Times Square, proclaiming himself to be the #1 recording artist in the world.
As you can see, Chad Focus was on Vice and he even served 2 years for wire fraud. The feds knew about him buying Spotify plays and making millions, but they did nothing because there are no current laws around using bots or buying fake Spotify plays.
Legislation that deals with the bot ecosystem. In the US, we've got the Bots Act of 2016, which was designed to stop ticket scalpers from automatically buying large numbers of tickets to resell. That's the sole piece of federal legislation, but it's rarely enforced, and currently I don't think that our congressmen and women know enough about the technology or about the way the digital economy works to write effective legislation.
Chad Focus said that he'll help people get Spotify plays, but he'll charge $2,500 so you can have $500 to reinvest in yourself.
We do streaming packages for 1 million streams because that's the way to get it done most successfully and for the best bang of your buck. If you're spending $2,500 and Spotify pays you $3,000 in royalties, I want you to spend $2,500 to make $500, build your profile, and continue to get paid and compensated.
If you ask me, that's a very steep price, but I already know a website that sells plays for $1 per 1,000. So knowing how cheap my website is, I wanted to look around the internet and see if I could find something any cheaper. Most websites want to charge about $10 per 1,000 plays. That means they'll charge you $10,000 for 100,000 plays. And if you're only going to make about $3,000 for 1 million plays, then you'll be losing money. So obviously you'll want to make some type of money from your plays, so paying $10 per 1,000 is pretty steep. Even Chad said he'll charge you $2,500 for 1 million plays. So that would be about $2.50 per 1,000 plays. I want you guys to do your own research online and come back to the comment section below and let me know what type of prices you found. But what if I told you I knew a way to get the same exact Spotify plays for $1 per 1,000? So that would be $1,000 for 1 million plays. With that, you'll be able to get a $2,000 profit because you spent $1,000 and you made $3,000. I've been trying to build this channel around trust, so if you guys ever need some Spotify plays, just hit me on IG and let me know. Remember, Chad Focus also said he can help you get Spotify plays, but he'll charge you $2,500 for 1 million plays. I'll charge you $1,000 for 1 million plays. I don't have anything bad to say about Chad Focus because I admire what he did, and without him, I probably won't even know how to do it myself. But the only thing I can say is, Chad, I know you got the plug, so bring them prices down a little bit. But if anybody need plays, just hit me on IG and we can make something happen. Make sure you have a Spotify artist account. That way you can see live information and you can make sure that you are getting your plays that you bought. In my opinion, the best way to upload your music and keep track of all your money is TuneCore. You'll be able to see your Spotify payments on a monthly basis to make sure you are getting your profits. Please feel free to ask more questions. I hope you guys make your life exactly the way you want it. Yo, this time I want to bring you a video about US Bank. I'm not going to even beat around the bush. This video is designed to get you at least $250. Now, I believe if you keep on opening accounts and adding accounts up, you can keep on transferring $250 to each account. So I don't know exactly how many you can get, but I know you can at least do 1 per day. Maybe you can do 2 or 3. I don't know, but this video is designed to help you get a little bit of extra money for Christmas, for gas money off of yourself. but you definitely have to pay it back because the money will be coming from another account. But first, let me tell you about one of the easiest credit cards to get from US Bank, and that's the secured credit card. With this card, you could put the minimum of $300 and you could put the maximum of $5,000. It's not many cards out there like that are secured that you could put $5,000 on. It's not many cards like that, and when you get something like that on your credit report, people will see that you can manage a card with this limit, and they'll most likely give you more credit in the future. But back to the way how to get $250. If you don't have a US Bank account, you want to open one. So it's very easy to open online. Just go to the online website and fill out everything about you, and then submit the application, and you might even get the application approved right away, or sometimes it takes about 30 minutes to an hour. If you're not planning to put a lot of money into these accounts, all you have to do is pick like an easy checking or pick the safe debit checking, those two. So after you are approved for the account, they ask you to make an initial deposit up to $250. They ask you to use the account number and a routing number. I'm not sure if you can use a Cash App accounting and a routing number, but I'm pretty sure. But I'm not positive because I haven't tried it myself. I used a Chase Bank and I had the funds deposited, and it took 3 days to withdraw the money from my Chase account and put it into my US Bank account. Once you have the $250 deposit and you get approved and everything, you apply for everything, the money will pop up into your new bank account. From there, you can Zelle the money to yourself. You hear what I said? From there, you can Zelle the money to yourself. The money has not yet been taken out of your bank account, but it already appeared into your new account. So now you can move that money around. It's better if you just download the app, or you can also go onto the PC and you can go to your account information and get the information from there. They also give you a virtual debit card number before your card even arrives in the mail. So you can just go to manage the card on the app, and you can check the card number out right there, and you can put it to anything you want to. You can literally buy with this number from Amazon if you wanted to. You can do anything with this number if you can't get the money out the account. And I'm pretty sure you can keep opening accounts because it keeps letting me open accounts all day long if I want to. I keep trying it, but you don't want to keep trying it. But if you're going to do it, just do it. But I just tried it just to make sure I didn't give you guys any wrong information. So there you have it. I'm pretty sure you can do at least $500, maybe $750. 3 accounts, maybe 2 easy checkings, and open 2 safe debit. That's $1,000 right there. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. Make sure you pay it back because this will be on you. If not, this will be reported to your credit. But you do want to pay it back and just make sure everything is legit. You got that from HDL4K. This time I want to show you how you can get a full refund with DoorDash. As you can see right here, I placed the order. So after the order arrived to your house, you want to go to the Get Help up here. And this is how it will look. Right here, as you can see, I did this 3 times in 3 days. I don't know how many times it will work past 3, but I know for sure 3 times in 3 days will work. The first order right here, I got $512 back. The second order, I got $8 back. And now we're on this order. This is the order I want to show you guys. So back on the help screen, you want to click on missing or incorrect items. For this example, I kept clicking on order never arrived and they did not want to believe it. So I just kept clicking it to see what happened. So I clicked on receive someone else's order and it automatically sent me to resolve the issue. So I just backed out because I did not want to do this. But instead they made me do this, so I didn't understand. So I just kept clicking it and it kept saying we resolved this issue. But I did not really understand how they resolved it because I didn't see anything. The first 2 times I did this method, I picked missing or incorrect items. If you pick missing items, they'll give you a list of things from that order and you just click what you're missing. And they'll give you a refund based on what you're missing. If you pick incorrect items, you just tell them what was wrong with the sandwich or what was wrong with your order, and they'll give you a partial refund or they'll give you a refund based on what you were missing. It's kind of crazy, but you have to do it yourself to understand what I'm saying. So back to when I picked I received someone else's order and DoorDash said that they would contact me. I just waited, and then a few minutes later I got this email right here, and as you can see, we have issued DoorDash credits to your account in the amount of $48.38. I think they did it this way so they didn't have to give me a refund directly to my bank. For the first 2 times I did it, when I picked missing or incorrect items, they asked me if I wanted the money directly deposited back to the payment method or do I want the credits. And I chose the credits, but for sure, If you do it, they'll ask you if you want it directly to the payment method or do you want the credits. As you can see right here, DoorDash credits $48.38. What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. This time I want to tell you guys about a method another YouTuber is talking about, and it sounds very possible. He said you can do this Cash App method a few times, but I think you can get away with it one time for sure, and a second time maybe. If you do it 3 times, it might cause a very big suspicion, so I would say 2 times maximum. He talked about a Cash App method that you could use and call your bank to dispute it, but he didn't really go into detail and kind of skipped over the key part, so I want to tell you exactly how to do it. So I'm here today to give you a lot more detail on exactly how to do it. He mentioned that using Cash App, you can send money to someone from your debit card and then later dispute all the transactions with your bank. And he also said it would be better to buy Bitcoin because it's untraceable, which is true. And plus he said don't send ridiculous amounts because this can cause you to get flagged. Instead, don't send no more than $500. That's why I named this video $1,000 Cash App method explained, because if you do it 2 times for $500 a piece, that's $1,000. And plus I want to take this guy's word because he might know more from experience. Now, I understand the part about sending Bitcoin, but I wonder if I sent the money to a different Cash App that I created for myself, or if I send the money to someone I know, will myself or the person I sent the money to get into any kind of trouble. Therefore, I feel like buying Bitcoin and sending it to a crypto wallet such as Coinbase or Robinhood, or even a different Cash App Bitcoin that you created for yourself, or someone you know with the Cash App that accepts and can receive Bitcoin. So the key for this method is to create a second Cash App account if you don't have it already. Make sure it's on a completely different device than your own so you can have a different MAC address for number 1, which is like a social security number for your device. Every device that has internet access has its own unique MAC address that is different from any other device. You don't have to do this step. This is only an extra layer of security to make it seem like you did not create this Cash App account. And for number 2, you want to be on a whole different internet connection. This will change your IP address. Just get on a public Wi-Fi or go to a friend's house or a relative's house. We want the whole entire process to look like you've been hacked. Once you have the second account, you want to link your debit card or credit card and make a small Bitcoin purchase at first so you don't get the fraud alert. Then keep buying more and more until you get the amount you need. After you have the amount you desire, then just send the money to a Bitcoin wallet and cash it out to a different checking account. I would use an account like Chime or another free checking account that's out there. You can also use like a prepaid debit card and use the routing and account number to deposit. But now the good thing is the money is no longer being traced because it was converted into Bitcoin first. If you do get a fraud alert, you can still accept it, and when you call the bank, act like you did it by accident because you were trying to buy something earlier that day that didn't go through and you thought maybe it was that. But eventually you will have to call your bank and tell them that you were hacked because there are some charges showing up that you did not do. Remember, if you have money in that bank account, to transfer out before you call your bank, but really it's all up to how your bank works and it's all up to you. And if they ask why did you transfer, just tell them that you were afraid that you were going to get hacked again. They'll ask you if you believe that your account number was hacked also. Based on your response, they'll close your account and give you a new one, or they'll just send you a new debit card in the mail. Always remember your last few purchases because the bank always asks about them. But I don't see why you can't do this method the first time from your own Cash App by just sending Bitcoin to a Coinbase wallet. Then the second time, just do it on a whole different phone and a whole different internet connection. I still want to do this so I can show you guys live in action, but I just wanted to put this information out there because the guy didn't finish it and he didn't really tell you how to do it. Well, now you can tell him that I told you and tell him to stop beating around the bush about his methods. But once again, thanks to you guys for the video. This time I want to talk to you guys about a Chase Bank ATM scam that was on the news recently. People have noticed that if you tap your card instead of inserting it, then your account at the ATM machine keeps you logged in longer than normal. The tap feature to access your account at the ATM is still kind of new, so most people don't understand that you have to stay at the screen a little bit longer before you just walk off and leave your account open. But since the account is still open at the ATM when the person walks off, the screen will ask, is there anything else you need help with? Whoever is next in line and use the ATM can continue to withdraw money, and now every transaction will look like it's coming from the card holder. Right here's a small clip of what I'm saying.
Joey Malarkey recalls how someone stole his money at this Chase ATM. The card slot was glued shut. A man next to him offered help.
He says, oh, you have to tap your card because it's been broken. And I was like, oh, dang.
Joey tapped his phone, withdrew $60 and walked off. It all seemed normal until he went back to that ATM.
And then the same man was there. That's where I was suspicious.
As Joey withdrew another $60, the man came closer.
He went up to the ATM like right behind me. So I was like, that's not good.
Sure enough, Joey later found multiple withdrawals from his account. $1,640 gone.
So the news said that someone puts glue inside of the card reader to force the ATM user to use the tap feature. Like I said before, most people don't know that the account stays open longer than normal, so they walk off thinking that the transaction is over. But what they don't know is someone is watching close by and will walk up to the ATM machine as soon as they walk off. Chase ATM let Chase Bank users withdraw up to $1,000 at Chase ATMs outside of Chase Bank. In Chase ATMs inside of Chase Banks, you can withdraw up to $3,000 daily. So if all you have is a paycheck inside of your checking account, they can literally clean you out. And this method is on the news now, so I don't see why Chase Bank won't fix this pretty soon. Also, I'll say that this is very risky doing this to a stranger, because what if someone gets an alert to their cell phone and turns around to look at the ATM machine and catches you? It could get ugly, but I guess it depends on the people who are involved. This is almost like taking someone's money right in their face. And you know, I always have to see if someone could do this to themselves, but I would think that this would involve another person. Hopefully somebody they can trust, and hopefully they have a mask on or you can't see their face. All they have to do is just simply tap their card instead of inserting it, withdraw $20, and then just walk away. Assuming they chose an empty ATM with no one around but them and the person that they know. Then just make sure the other person is standing by, at least with a mask on, so when you walk away, they can just walk up and withdraw the rest of the money up to $1,000. Now all they have to do is decide who gets the most money. But I just want to let you guys know about this method because it's pretty much everywhere. Do you think people are waiting around by the ATM machines, or do you think people are doing this to themselves? So now I want to tell you how you can make payroll deposits and pretty much get anything you want. Anything that you would need a proof of income for. And remember, you are an independent contractor, so you don't need a check stub. You pay all of your taxes at the end of the year. I'll be telling you everything in order. Now, you don't have to do it in this order, but from my experience, this is the best way. The first thing you want to do is you want to come up with a business name without saying what you sell or what you do. If you guys stay to the end, I'll show you my notes, my opinions, and my process on how I did this. So the first thing you need is a business name without saying what you sell or what you do. Then you need a business address. Just use a digital online mailbox. iPostal, there's other ones out there. Just search online for a digital online mailbox. You don't need a physical location, just get that. Then you need a dedicated business phone line. There's plenty of apps out there. GoDaddy, Smartline, there's plenty of them out there. Just search the Play Store, search the App Store, and you'll find a good one. Next, you'll need a business website. I use Wix, and your website does not have to be complete. You just need the website so you can do the next thing, which is buy domain name. The only reason you'll need a website and a business domain name so you can get a business email address. So that's 3 things in one. Business website, domain name, business email address. You really can do everything with GoDaddy, but Wix is a lot easier and a lot friendlier when creating a website. So once you have those 6 things done, which is the business name, business work address, business phone number, business website, domain name, business email address, you move on to the LLC. Your LLC protects you from your business, so if your business gets sued, it won't fall on you. For your LLC, you can wait 10 business days, or you can just pay an expedited service fee, and you can get it within 24 hours. Now, once your LLC is approved, you want to move on to the final step, which is getting your EIN number. Once you start filling your EIN application out, they'll ask you about your LLC, and you'll already have it. So this is a good reason why you would want to do the EIN very last. Now that you have all of these steps completed, you can finally apply for your business checking account. Once your business checking account gets approved, it will be set up for your business, so when you send deposits to your bank, it'll have your business name instead of your name. And this is the way you get payroll deposits. A couple of notes I would add is to use 2 banks so you can send the money and you can receive the money. And when you send the money, make sure you send the exact amount you have documented. It's real simple to keep track of yours in an app called Hours. Try to keep it up getting paid weekly or bi-weekly. The longer period of time, the better. But those are really your main points to getting payroll deposits. Like I promised, I'll show you the notes. Once again, thanks to you guys. Get rich. Yo, what's up guys, this is HD back with another video. I just want to tell you guys a small tip, a tip from a US bank, or should I say for US bank. You need to make sure you get a US bank account. I don't know how long this is going to last, but for sure this is working right now, up to date as I speak. All you have to do is when you get a US bank account and you pay your bills every month, just pay it from this US bank account. And if you're really strapped for cash, like if you really need some money, or you just plan to make like a big move, or you just plan to do something big and you just don't give a fuck and you just need a little bit of money, what you do is you put every bill that you have to pay on this US bank account. Preferably pay debit. And when you do debit, it's a lot quicker and it's for sure. I know for sure debit does it in the same night. And if you do it from the account routing number, it might take a little longer. So for sure, it's preferred to use debit. When you use debit at night at about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you want to start checking your account. Because what it does is it throws all of the money that you spent throughout the day right back into your account. It keeps it in there for an hour or two. That's it. So you have an hour or two window to pull that money out. You can transfer it to another account. You can Zelle it. You can find a way to get it out. When you find a way to get it out, it's yours. It's in your hands. It's physically your money, or wherever you put it at. But in a couple of hours, your account will be negative. Now it's up to you to put that money back in there. If you're a good person, you will. If you're trying to take advantage all the time, you probably won't. But if you do it and you keep doing it, it'll allow you to use it again. But you will have serious overdraft penalties. You will have an overdraft penalty on every single charge. On every single charge. I think it's like $36, so you want to be careful about that. That's the only thing. Other than that, you can easily borrow money for yourself with a US bank account. Yo, what's up, guys? I want to show you how to get a full refund on your Walmart order every time. I mean, you can literally do this about 10 times in a row before they start having you contact customer service. Even then, they will still give you a full refund. The method I'm showing you right now is for grocery items only, because if you get items that are delivered and are purchased directly from the store, they'll ask for you to return them before they can give you a full refund. It is a way you can get a full refund if you bought an item through Walmart, but from another retailer. Then you can get a full refund that way, but I'll just do another video about that one, and I'll show you guys about that. As you can see, I'm marking everything that is a full product as a missing item. If they replaced the item that you wanted but they didn't have, you could just put, I did not like the replacement. This right here is the best way, so they don't ask any other questions and you can get through everything smooth without a problem. As you can see, I skipped over the physical products so I didn't have to return them to the store. If you didn't see that, that was 2 cases of water for about $5 a piece. And there you go. In 2 days, you'll get the money right back to the account or to the card that you used to make the purchase with. So make sure you got full access to whatever credit card or debit card you used. I can see a guy using this trying to impress a new girl he just met, buying her a house full of groceries, and then later on just going to request a full refund. Or I could see a guy, maybe he want to buy a video game, maybe he want to buy a guitar. He asked his mom to let him buy the groceries. She sent him the money. He buy the groceries, and then later on he get a full refund right back to his account, and then he can buy his game or buy his groceries. Just tell her that you want to get reward points for your debit card, and she might buy it. But once again, thanks to you guys, and peace out.